Thank you. Over to you, Peter.
Fantastic. Thank you, Nadia. Can everyone hear me now?
Yes.
Fantastic. So I'm Peter Frumkin. I am the academic director of the Grattal Institute of Charity at New College, University of Oxford. It's my pleasure to meet and chat with you today about an exciting new program we're launching. The Grattal Institute is a couple years old. It's a new research center focused on all aspects of nonprofit effectiveness, nonprofit management, nonprofit strategy. We commission research, we run programs. I'll say more during the Q&A if people want more details about what we're up to. But for now, I just want to say hello and pass it back over to you, Nadia.
Thank you. Thanks, Peter. So I'm Nadia Alamar, and I am Chief Executive of CLAW Social Leadership. And we are an organization based in the UK working predominantly for the social sector and social purpose organizations and individuals. We have concentrated all of our work in the last 15 years on leadership development and management training of individuals so they can be effective, ethical, strategic, innovative leaders leading social change in whichever way that they would like to do that in a positive way. And again, like Peter, I'm more than happy to talk more about CLAW Social if anyone has any questions, and we can provide links later on and certainly after this, an email after this webinar. So that's from my side. Over to you, Peter.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I believe this is a unique and terrific collaboration between a very old, very and tried and tested university has been around since 1379 in the case of New College, and CLAW, which has been in the field of supporting professional development and training in the UK charity sector for several decades now. I think at least 15 plus years of work. So it's an outstanding, I think, nice collaboration between two different but very much aligned organizations. So the rationale, let me say a little bit about the rationale for this program. We both feel, Nadia and I both feel that the sector deserves top quality support, training, and encouragement in the work that you do to try to make social impact. And to do that support well, we've decided to collaborate on a program that will guide you with a series of tools, frameworks, and ways of thinking about your work that we think will be fresh, new, and helpful. We want to do professional development work and training for leaders in the social sector because we really believe that the work you're doing is so vital, so important, that it deserves attention and support. The business sector has endless opportunities for professional development. The nonprofit leader in the world do not have the similar level of kind of quality and outstanding options available to them. So our goal with the program is to give you a quality program that will support you in your work and help you kind of move your organization forward. A key part of the content of the program will be around strategy and effectiveness. This is something I've been focused on for 25 years. I've written many books and articles, but most importantly, I've worked with thousands of charity leaders over that time. And I really enjoy helping you find ways to think about your work in a fresh and helpful new way and to introduce into your thinking strategy, tools, and frameworks that can help make better decisions, help communicate more effectively, help drive your organization in better, fresh, new, innovative directions. So a key part of the program will be around helping you figure out how you can introduce into the daily work of your organization new frameworks, new ways of thinking about the core problems, be it around effectiveness, be it around management, be it around HR, be it about community engagement, governance. We're going to cover a bunch of different areas, but all of it's going to be very practical, but focus on this question of how can we develop tools that will make us more effective. That's the central touchstone, at least of a big part of the program. The program also has a second component around leadership. And Nadia, do you want to say a little bit about that?
Sure. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, so the tools all incredibly and vitally important, but a running thread through this is also leadership, because it's people who have to implement those tools and bring other people along with them as well. So key to CLAW Social Leadership's leadership development model is the kind of the concept of know yourself, be yourself, look after yourself. So that's really understanding, that's all about self-awareness. It then moves through to making sure that you are resilient and making sure that you're able to kind of withstand the different opportunities, but also challenges that come your way as social leaders, and we know there are many. It then goes through, the model goes through to assessing the context around you, which we know in recent times is changing very, very quickly, it feels like. It does continuously change anyway, but so we're making sure that we can assess that context around us so that we can work with and through others more effectively. So with all those tools, it's actually how do we, where are our strengths, where are our weaknesses? How do we become agile leaders, take others along with us with this journey and lead more effectively, whether it's projects, whether it's people or organizations, but lead effectively and make sure that we are the leaders that we want to be, that we need to be in order to affect the positive social change that we want to. And then
Fantastic.
it's innovation.
Yeah, let me just touch on the third piece, which is if there's important to focus on strategy and effectiveness and the tools to ratchet that up. And if there's an element, a key part of the program on the traits and practices of effective leadership, there's also going to be a third key touchstone in the program, which is around innovation and driving it within your organization. What are the ways in which social sector leaders can come up with new ideas? Is there a methodology? We think there is for driving better programs, better design, starting with a deep dive into client needs, understanding those, and then building out from those inputs around clients, new ideas, new programs, new innovations inside your organization. So we're going to have a good piece of the program focusing on this question of how and why do good ideas emerge inside nonprofit organizations? What's the methodology for cultivating that, and how can we get better and more consistent in our capacity to innovate and come up with fresh new ways of doing things? So you put it together, that's a pretty ambitious set of goals around strategy, leadership, and innovation. But we think we can do this with you and help you hopefully kind of get better and more creative in your daily work. And most importantly, we really feel that investing some time, some energy in building capacity, building a skill set is really valuable. You can do the same thing for years and years in nonprofits, just rolling out boilerplate, repeating time-tested ways of doing things. But to really thrive, there has to be, I think, new inputs around ways of doing your work, things, ways about leading more effectively, and also how to drive fresh ideas throughout the organization. So that's what we're going to try to do, is help you cultivate those skills.
Thank you, Peter. And a lot of that content will be focused in a residential, which will take place at Oxford University. So that's a four-day residential that will take place then. However, that's not where the program ends. So afterwards, there will be opportunities to come together a few times online to talk about a couple of different but still incredibly vital topics for all social leaders. So the first one is about innovative financial models, where we will look at different concepts and models and see very, very kind of future thinking and see the best way that your organization, albeit nonprofit potentially, will obviously have to have a keen eye on finances. And the second topic is assessing your kind of the policy and the community context. And that's really looking at best practice, ideal practice, some evidence base around best approaches to policy and advocacy, where it's worked, where maybe other areas that we can improve and develop on, from examples, again, from what's been given in the past, what's been happening in the past. So it's a really kind of, we will kind of continue learning online so that it enables access to people who aren't necessarily based in the UK as well. So that will continue then. And there is an optional get together in London next year to celebrate the end of the program for everyone who's been through it. So just to reiterate, that is an optional event. Of course, anyone who has gone through the program learning will still receive a certificate, but anyone who is able to, of course, you're more than welcome to join us as we celebrate the end of the program and your achievements through it, and can reflect on time on that time as well.
Fantastic. I just want to say one other thing, if I might, which is for this program, I think we've assembled a fantastic team, instructional team, a mix of academics and expert practitioners who have given deep thought to a lot of these questions. So it's going to be a team effort. I'm coordinating along with Nadia this team, but I just would say I think we have a very interesting mix of people who you'll be working with. And I think that will enrich the program. One other note I would say is that while this program's got a lot of content and a lot of practical tools that you'll learn and apply within your own organization, there's also a different element which we haven't touched on, which is the opportunity to connect to new people, make new professional ties, and build a broader professional community of support. That I found over the years in many other programs I've directed it in the U.S. and abroad. That's a very vital piece of this whole puzzle, which is you're not alone. There are other people out there doing the same important work, and building a community of practice and support, I think, is very valuable. And these programs tend to foster those types of connections, particularly when you are in a residential context together all day and into the evenings. We'll have some fun also in the program. So that's a secondary element of it, but it's important, I think, that it's not just about the tools, it's also about the people.
Lovely. Thank you, Peter. So yeah, so that's our section, kind of our introduction done. So Reindolf, if I could please ask you to stop the recording, and then everyone